Yo, what's going on, people? King Rich is back again with another video. Yeah, big up to everybody that watches the videos and supports by liking and all that good stuff. Yeah, we are going to talk about the NFL star Tyreek Hill. Yeah, a very successful player, and basically he married the wrong woman, bro. And this is something that I see that happens with a lot of pro athletes and entertainers and just a lot of men who are successful in general. A lot of times they will marry a woman who is very, very pretty, very, very good looking, but not understand that this woman is just there to use them and ruin them. You know, a lot of guys need to understand that you can't know someone well in a short space of time. And there is something called the halo effect, where you may come across somebody who is attractive and you will ignore red flags and, you know, just see them in a good light, regardless of their behavior, the things they say, and any kind of intuition you might have that this person is a leech. All right. And this happens to men quite a bit. So let's take a look at this. And I think this will help a lot of guys and help or steer a lot of guys from falling into this trap. So right here, it says Tyreek Hill claims in new court documents that his ex, Keeta Hill, his ex-wife, who accused him of DV and filed for divorce, now wants to kiss and make up and is using time with their child to try and call off their divorce, as well as making requests for additional money from him. And as you can see, that's Tyreek Hill right there, and that is his ex-wife or wife, Keeta Hill, right? But what we need to do is look at what happened before she tried to kiss and make up, because what you need to understand is she's filed for divorce, all right, and she's trying to demand a lot of money from him, but all of a sudden now she wants to come back and make up with him. And it's kind of weird, because if she's accusing him of DV, why would you want to come back? That should be like the career ender, like the relationship ender, the marriage ender. Why would you want to come back? So let's take a look further. So in this post, it details that Tyreek reportedly made a very costly decision. After just 17 months of marriage, his wife filed for divorce. And the settlement reportedly earned her over $6 million, bro. Think about it, bro. He was only married to this woman for 17 months. He probably only knew her for like less than 2 years, right? And she's already asked for divorce. But guess what? She jumped into a marriage with this guy, and I'm sure it didn't take much time. I mean, he's a successful NFL player, makes a lot of money, got clout, got fame, etc., etc. But he probably isn't her natural type. See, this is what happens when guys couple up with women who don't truly, honestly, genuinely like them. These women will put up with you for a short space of time, stomach sleeping with you for a short space of time, and then they're going to make their exit. But when they make their exit, they're not going to do it clean. They're going to try and take as much as they can from you on their out. A lot of these pro athletes and entertainers, they were not getting the looks quality of women that they are getting now that they are successful. And for some reason, they don't understand that these women would not have gone anywhere near them if there wasn't some kind of financial gain for these women. These guys really believe that these women love them and care about them and are so attracted to them. A lot of these type of women are great actresses. They're good at showing you a facade, a pantomime. And when they feel they've been in this charade for long enough, they will leave you and drop you. And yes, they want half of everything you got. That was the whole game plan from the start. That is one of the reasons why these women will gravitate to guys like this, because they know they have an exit strategy. $6 million is life-changing money. This woman has not run any sprints on the field. She's not catch any footballs. She's not taken any hits. All she done is sleep with this guy, marry this guy, and now like boom, here we are, 17 months later. And look, you gotta understand, most women will not have any shame in doing something like this. They won't have any shame. There's no shame at all. There's no accountability, that's for sure. So let's hear the breakdown of the money that she was going to receive from Tyreek Hill. So it says, here's what she allegedly received, plus $500,000 for spousal support, $20,000 to $50,000 monthly for upkeep. Bruh, 20 to 50K a month just for living. Bruh, think about that. 50K is what the average person makes in America. She's getting it on the up end. She's getting that every month just for upkeep, whatever upkeep means. Very ambiguous term. $100,000 for a new car. If you're divorcing from the man, why does he need to buy you a new car? $100,000 car. Not no regular car. Not even 30K or 50K. No, she wants $100,000 car. Brand new. She wants $450,000 for legal fees. And full access to their 5.5 million Miami mansion. Full access, bro. So, bro, it's his house, it's his mansion, but she wants to be able to walk in and out as she pleases. She probably wants to bring guys that she's dating in there. Like, women like this are very demonic. This is a Jezebel, bro. This is someone you need to avoid at all costs. They will ruin your life. And here's the shocking part. Tyreek is still said to be responsible for mortgage, electricity, water, and property taxes. She reportedly also requested access to his debit card and luxury SUV. But at least the judge denied those requests. Bro, this woman wanted everything, bro. Everything. Everything. The money wasn't enough. She wanted access to his debit card and his SUV. He just gave you $100,000 for a new car, but that's not enough. You want access to his SUV as well. This woman's evil, bruv. This woman's very evil. She was only married to him for 17 months, just over a year. Now, like, this is the thing, Tyreek Hill, you gotta be real with yourself. Would a woman like this, look at this girl on the screen. Would a woman like this would have dated you if you was not NFL star Tyreek Hill? If you didn't have all this money that she could potentially swindle from you? Guys, please know yourself when you're dealing with women. Know yourself. Know where you stand. Know who's there to use you and who is there just for a fun time and those that are there for a long time. Just because someone says sweet things to you doesn't mean they have sweet intentions for you. There are some very demonic people walking around who are looking for a sucker. They're looking for a victim. And unfortunately, a lot of these guys who make a lot of money, they are very, very clueless when it comes to women. Very clueless. You work hard to make all this money. You work hard. Blood, sweat and tears. And then some woman that comes from wherever she came from, she crawls out of whatever rock she came from. And now she's going to claim $6 million from you. And wants access to your debit card. This is so crazy, bro. And it happens time and time again. I've done so many stories recently where guys have become successful and their girlfriend has done them dirty. This is a consistent pattern. And it's only now guys are starting to really understand. Like, you know, I've been doing videos like this for years. When I was doing this, people would always say, oh, King Riches, you're hating on women. Or why are you always talking down on women? Bro, at the end of the day, I'm not a hater. I'm not a misogynist. I'm not none of those things, bro. I'm just a reporter of reality, bro. They do these things and I respond to it. I react to it, bro. If they wasn't doing these things, I wouldn't be talking about these things. It's simple as that. If it didn't exist, then I wouldn't be talking about these subjects. But it does exist. And you need to understand this concept as well, that a majority of modern women do not care about men. They don't care about our well-being. They don't care. This is why it's very important that somebody like me makes these kind of videos, that guys can understand the potential risks and traps that are out there. It's not a joke at all. It's very serious. And at the end of the day, this happens so much and women do not reprimand other women for doing these things. She accused this man of DV, but for some reason, she is begging to come back. Now, this reaction comes from the Jada Black YouTube channel. Let's hear what was said.
Tyreek Hill has been speaking about how Keeta, who made abuse allegations towards him so she could get more money in the divorce, is apparently trying to reconcile the marriage. Okay, this is the woman that wanted the divorce. She wanted to get custody. She wanted to get money, a lot of it. And apparently Tyreek must have good lawyers because she has been taking L's in court. And I think that she's weighing everything. And I think that she realizes that it might be a better situation to go back to Tyreek Hill than to just be a single mother who is only getting a fraction of the money she thought she was going to get when she divorced him.
And this is the point I want to make after understanding that she wants to get back with him. She's lying about the DV, bro. She's lying. Because guess what? If Tyreek Hill had really done some DV to her, he'd be done. He'd be finished, bro. Like, his career would be over. He'd probably get kicked out of the NFL. You know, and the judge would just give all the money to her straight away. Like, he would lose access to his children. You know, it would be a landslide in her favor. Bruh, it's obvious this woman is lying. She's lying. She's losing in court. She's not getting the money that she wanted. You know, the judge already rejected access to his debit card and his SUV. And now she's realizing that, my plan is not working. I'm going to have to backtrack. Look at this woman's eyes, bro. Look at her eyes. She looks demonic. I mean, in my opinion, she looks like she'll do some evil shit to you, bro. She looks like it, fam. And look, it's funny that they put these two pictures together. Like, he just looks like fresh out of the box, bro. Like, even though he's got that weird tattoo on his neck, which I don't like stuff like that. Yeah. But regardless of that, he looks fresh out of the box. Yeah. Just happy to be here. Hi, my name's Tyreek. And she's just looking at him like, bruh, like, I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to ruin your life. They were married for 17 months. That's it, bro. There's phone contracts longer than how long they were married for. Phone contracts last longer than their marriage. And now she wants to backtrack and come back. Bro, Tyreek Hill, if you ever watch this, bro, do not make that mistake, bro. She's already showed you who she is. Like, that's it.
Listen, this could go in a million different ways, but this is why I tell y'all, Tyreek Hill played this perfectly. This woman was making allegations, had people on social media believing that he was abusing her. So much so that Aqib Talib, former NFL defensive back, said that it was karma that Tyreek Hill got injured like he did because apparently he was beating his wife. But, you know, we could all get into Aqib's brother and that situation, but that's a whole separate video.
Well, that Aqib Talib guy is being an absolute simp. How can he say that it's karma that he got injured when he doesn't even know if it's facts or not? You know, and this is what it goes back to. In this society, everybody just believes a woman because she's a woman. Like, she's automatically being honest. When we know that women are fantastic actresses. Most of you guys out there have been in relationships with a woman who's told you that she loves you and she'll always be there for you and she'll never hurt you. And guess what? She turned around and did those exact things to you. A lot of you guys have been in relationships with a woman and she's cheated on you and she's lied to your face countless times. So I don't know why in this day and age we still automatically believe a woman just because she said something. So I'm really happy that this story is a showcase that what she said he's done is obviously a lie. It's fabrication. And this other guy, this other NFL player, Aqib Talib, is an absolute simp for saying it's karma.
I don't want to see me speak on that situation that occurred in that particular family. Yo, let me know in the comment section. But she had everybody out here believing, her and her lawyers, that he was abusing her, only for her to be secretly now trying to reconcile the marriage because she misses being an NFL wife. She misses being at the games, you know, traveling with him, going on vacations with him, being his woman.
Yeah, because the only other option now is you to go back to the streets where you came from. That's all it is. Yeah, you might get a little bit of money from Tyreek, but fundamentally, you're going back to the streets, right? Where you're just going to be used and you're going to be recreational use. That's the truth. Yeah, you're going to throw box around to Chads and Tyrones, you know, I don't know. But at the end of the day, that security, that secure position of being Tyreek Hill's wife is more desirable. You see, a lot of these women, they think that the grass is greener. They get comfortable. They get way too comfy. She thought that, oh, I'm with this guy. I don't really like him that much. You know, I've been married to him for a while. I'm sure her friends have told her, well, you know, you can divorce him and take a lot of money from him. So she thought, you know what? Yeah, I want to really go out there and find the real guy that I want to be with. I'm just going to say that he done some DV to me and then claim a bag of money from him. And then I'm going to go and live my best life. Yeah, right. Now she's realized the reality and now she wants to crawl back on her hands and knees. Bro. Demonic.
I think she misses that. I don't think she was prepared to be no single mother. I think her mom is in her ear because apparently, according to Tyreek Hill, she was basically taking his money and giving it to her mother. And I think that caused a lot of friction in the marriage. And that might be the reason why she filed in the first place. Maybe she was getting bad advice. Of course she was getting bad advice. A lot of these women think that they can do better without these men.
Yeah.
Because
even though that this man probably changed her life, she thinks she can do better than him even though he changed her life. Who the hell was you before you got married to Tyreek Hill? You was probably working in a bar somewhere, wearing a provocative outfit, serving drinks. Like that's what you was probably doing. You was probably dancing on a pole or something like that. Now this guy's come and changed your life. But this is the thing, because a lot of these women, and in particular a lot of these American women, are very, very materialistic, very, very superficial, very, very money hungry. They don't even understand when they're in a good position. They think that the grass is greener. They think that they can find a richer guy, a taller guy, a better looking guy. Like, and it's just delusion. Now her delusion has caught up to her, and probably her mother was probably in her ear giving her bad ideas, because who knows what kind of situation her mum comes from. Crazy.
In their minds, the man is the problem. This is why a lot of these women need to keep their families out of their marriages. But, you know, she has a close relationship with her mother, and her mother's like a counsel to her. But
yeah, and she's got a close relationship with her mum, but where's her father at? Because I'm sure if she had a father, he would actually discourage her from making these kind of claims against Tyreek Hill, not full well knowing it's not true.
At the same time, you need to be able to think for yourself. All right? Now let's get into this article from TMZ. My ex is trying to get back together and I have no interest.
Good. That should be it, bro, Tyreek Hill. She wants to get back with you. You should have no interest whatsoever. She's a demon, bro. She's shown her true colors very, very early. And like, you should be happy that she showed you her true colors, bro. Like, and at the end of the day, you're NFL wide receiver who's made a lot of money. You've got a lot of notoriety, bro. You can go and find a woman somewhere else, bro. You don't need her.
Tyreek Hill claims his ex wants to kiss and make up with the NFL superstar, filing new court docs claiming Keeta Vaccaro's using time with their kid to try to call off the divorce. That is so funny, because I thought she was dealing with so much abuse, right?
Exactly. Right? It's unfortunate that you had a kid with her. You know, I'm sure when he was married with her, she was really pushing for them to get pregnant. Because that's the game plan. A lot of these kind of demonic chicks, they will get married to these guys that have money, and then they will try to get pregnant really, really quick. Right? And then so they know that they've got an anchor in that man's life. That child ends up being an anchor, so he can't just like separate from her completely. They have that connection, that bridge of having a child together. Right? And as like Jade the Black said, and what I'm saying as well, if the claims of DV were true, why would she be bringing the child around him? Why would she want to be around him if those claims were true? It is a clear indicator that she was lying. She's a liar, bro. Because as I said, if the claims were true, his career would be over. The NFL would not keep Tyreek Hill in there if he was doing DV to his ex-wife. Now she's crawling back, using the child as leverage to be around him and try to build some new connection. No, it's over, bro. You're a liar. You're a demon, bro. You're a liability.
He's beating her, according to you idiots online who didn't docs obtained by TMZ Sports. Hill is requesting that his grandmother replace Keeta as the person present during time sharing of their daughter, alleging that Keeta is using the time with their kid for her own selfish reasons. Hill claims that he is in the present while he is in the presence of Vaccaro, whom he married in November 2023, she expressed her desire to reconcile with the husband and requests for additional money from him. So she not only wants to get back with him, she also wants money. That's what it's about.
Imagine that. Imagine that, bro. She's got the boldness to try and crawl back, say she wants to get back with him, and then ask for more money, bruh. Bro, you can't make this up, bro. Like, this is mad. Bro, like, bro, story after story after story keeps coming out, showcasing how these women, they don't really like guys, bro. They're just there to use you, bro. A lot of women do not like men, bro. They just look at you as something to use. You are a tool. Yeah? You go and marry them to make them feel validated out in society amongst other women. Oh, yeah, look, I got a man to marry me. Then the next thing, they want to have a child, which obviously is a biological instinct for women. They want to have a kid before they get too old. And then after that, once they get in that situation with you, they don't like you as much anymore. If not, they didn't like you from the start, and they're thinking about how they can make an exit and then find the Chad and Tyrone of their dreams. This is how it is. This is sad.
The wife's incessant efforts to discuss the foregoing topics during time sharing not only places the husband in an uncomfortable positions, but more importantly, significantly interferes with the husband's quality time sharing with the party's daughter, the docs read. Tyreek initially thought that she would welcome this idea, saying that in July of 2025, she amended her dissolution of marriage petition to include false, exaggerated claims of torts committed by the husband. However, the wife has steadfastly opposed relinquishing her role as the parent present for her husband's time sharing. So he doesn't want her around.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't want her around. She's a very bad person, bro. Very, very bad person, bro. She's everything that I've ever talked about, as in you need to avoid these type of women. She embodies that, bro. So let's get to this video, I think, that is very relevant, right? And we got this guy here by name Brand Tank or whatever, yeah? And he said some stuff, and I think it kind of applies to what we're looking at here. So the caption reads, "Stop getting into a relationship with baddies." And he's put a picture of Kai Cenat there with his ex Gigi. Yeah.
Why a lot of you guys get into relationships and you end up single very quickly is because you keep going for these fucking bop ass baddie type of girl. Y'all need to understand which girls are just a hit and a fun time, and the girls that you could actually cuff and take serious long term. The honest truth is, the girls that you take serious long term are not gonna be the baddest girl. They're not gonna be a 10. They're not gonna be a 9. They might not even be a 8, but they're gonna be that 7 with an amazing personality who takes care of you and values you. As a man, if you're not mature enough to realize that, like, damn, like, I shouldn't be going for these 10s because they have an inflated ego. They think they're too good for certain things. They won't respect you. Instead, you going for these girls instead of that 7, that 8 who loves you to death, bro. Like, she'll do anything for you, and you're still going for the baddie, then I don't feel bad for you. Get cheated on. Go for it. Shit, I'm saving myself the trouble. I'm telling y'all, these baddies are just for a good time. Any girl with an inflated ego who calls herself a baddie, she's posting provocative pictures, she's doing all this stuff, she always has designer bags and stuff. Nah, stick with that little, girl. She doesn't need too much, she's happy with your dates that you give her. You don't feel like you have to do too much just to have her by your side. Like, you're not over here being a different person. Go with that girl instead of these fucking baddies, and I'm sure you'll have no issues dating.
Alright, so what this guy is basically saying, as I've said many times, is that women that are above a 7 out of 10 in their looks are usually not wifey material. Alright? Now, he's saying just go for these 6s and 7s. And I left a comment there and I wrote, bro, even 6s and 7s can be a headache if they've been with a few Tyrones. Safest option is a decent 5 average chick, right? And that's what I've been saying to you guys for a long time. I honestly believe that Now, a lot of you guys may have the idea of, oh yeah, I'm not going to deal with any woman that's less than an 8 out of 10, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all right, bro. First of all, I'd like to see your work history and see the women that you've dated. Most of them are not going to be above an 8 out of 10. Second of all, a lot of you guys, if not most guys, are average looks, average money. So why do you think a woman who's an 8 out of 10 in this society is going to stay with you? That's delusion. And yeah, third of all, most women who are 8, 9 or 10 are monetized women, bro. They're either using their looks to make money online, or they're only willing to date men who have a lot of money as well, or they're selling their box. All right, they're selling their body. All right, so like, at the end of the day, if guys understand that dynamic, then they will kind of bypass all these kind of problems like what is Tyreek Hill was going through, because his woman here is the type that is monetized, bro. This woman here, you could look at her. She's a very attractive woman, nice body, nice face, nice everything. But guess what? She's not nice on the inside, bro. She's not nice on the inside. That's why she earned over $6 million filing for divorce after 17 months of marriage, because she didn't like the guy, bro. And the thing is with the 6s and 7s, as this guy was saying, yeah, just get you a 6 or a 7. It can possibly work with a 6 or a 7 out of 10 girl. I'm not saying it's impossible, and there is a potential that can work. But the problem is, women that are 6s and 7s are usually going for Chad and Tyrone, bro. Those ones prolifically chase Chad and Tyrone. Because the 8s, 9s, and 10s, they're not chasing any guy. They might sleep with Chad and Tyrone, you know, because she finds him attractive aesthetically, but those guys do not hold on to those women. If you look at the world, right, you look outside, most Chads and Tyrones are not coupled up with women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s. Most of the time, they are coupled up with 7s. And sometimes 6s. Right? Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Think about it. Think about it seriously, like sensibly. Whenever you see guys that are high value, that guys that are in like smart entertainers or pro athletes and they're married and stuff like that, or guys that are Chad and Tyrone, attractive, tall guys, whatnot, you know, guys that have money, and you see who they're married to. Are they married to Instagram explore page models? Or is it that usually their wife or their long-term girlfriend is more on the 6, 7, 6 range? I can confidently say that, bro. And the reason being is because those women usually look up to that guy and they value being with that guy. And they know that, you know, I can't easily replace that guy, so I'm going to behave myself. Those 8s, 9s, and 10s, they don't have that mindset. They know that, well, I'm an 8, 9, and 10. Loads of guys are chasing me. I can replace this guy very, very easily. This is the reality, cuz. And this is why for the vast majority of men out there who are average, because that's the majority of men, your best bet is probably to date a woman who's around 5 out of 10. So she's not bad looking, but she's not the best looking. Her whole life, her whole image, everything isn't revolving around her looks. Because that's what the 8s, 9s, and 10s, that's their life. Everything revolves around how good looking they are, their looks, and what their looks can attract. A woman who's closer to average on the plain scale, you know, life has already humbled her. She knows she's not the best looking girl out there. She knows when she walks in a room, all the guys are not rushing to go to talk to her. So she's going to be a little bit more humble. Her ego is going to be more of a check. Now, I'm not saying that will be the case 100% of the time, because nothing is absolute, but I'm saying the potential, the probability is better. Very, very simple concept. right? 6s and 7s are usually the girls that chase Chad and Tyrone the hardest. So that's why I think this guy got it a little bit wrong. But the core of his message is correct. You know, you trying to wifey up some baddie, you know, bruh, like, good luck, bro. Because you're going to end up like Tyreek Hill. Or you're going to end up like Kai Cenat. Simple. So I saw this post which actually lined up quite well with what we're saying here. And the caption reads, they laughed at her for not looking like a footballer's girlfriend, but he proved that love isn't about looks, it's about loyalty. So this guy here is with his wife, and I guess he's a pro footballer. And people was probably saying, oh, why are you with this thing? Like, that thing doesn't look all that, blah, blah, blah. So let's see. So Declan Rice and Lauren Fryer's story began long before the fame. Two kids from school dreaming, growing, believing in each other. No fame, no money, just pure connection. Right? You can see it there. And, you know, I would say she's a 5. I would, like, for what I can see there, she looks like a 5. Like, you know, that's it. They pretty much are a looks match. There you go. Now you can see that he's in an Arsenal jersey, so he's probably a pro footballer in the Premier League, playing for Arsenal. When Declan became a star at Arsenal, the spotlight turned harsh. Why would a millionaire footballer settle for her? Yeah, people are asking that question. Yeah, because he's not stupid. He's not stupid. That's why. Those cruel words spread fast, and behind the screen, a heart broke quietly. And you know how interesting it is that this is a white guy. They're showing an example of a white guy doing this. Interesting. Hate comments flooded her page. People told her she was embarrassing him, that she needed to look the part. It became too much. She deleted every photo and stopped coming to her husband's games. Bro, that's mad, boy. That's mad. But at the end of the day, like, you can just take yourself off social media. You don't need to be on social media. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, your man's already a famous footballer. Like, you don't really need to be on social. So, yeah. Anyway. Then came his turn to speak. In front of cameras, Declan said, Lauren is the love of my life. I don't need an upgrade. She was there when I was nobody. He posted their photo with the captain, my wife, my forever. See, this guy appreciates that this woman was with him when he had nothing. And this is what I'm saying to you guys, yeah? You got to know yourself and know your station, fam. Would this woman have been with you if you was nobody, bro? I'm not saying if you was broke. I'm saying, would this woman that's coming around you now that you've become successful, now you've made something of yourself, this woman here who is a internet, Instagram baddie, this chick is got all the lip fillers, she got the BBL, like all of that. Would she have given you the time of day, bro? Would she have acknowledged your existence? The answer is probably no, bro. And a lot of you guys get a little bit too excited. You get gassed. Now you become successful. Now all of a sudden you think you're Chad and Tyrone. No, you're not, bro. You're still the same guy you was aesthetically. It's just that now you are a mark. That's all it is. Now you're a target. Your success is going to attract gold diggers, users, and leeches, and that's it. Guys just don't understand that. They get gassed. This guy here understands the game, and that's why he hasn't got messed up by this woman. Anyway. In a world where fame often blinds hearts, he remembered who held him down before the trophies. He chose loyalty over image, love over validation. He's a smart man. That's why. Sure, he could probably go out there and get some IG baddies. But he understands that, first of all, it's a liability dealing with them. Second of all, this woman has been there when he was nobody, so he knows her and knows that she's genuine in his life. That real love. Because true love isn't found in perfection, but in the one who stays when everything else falls apart. Correct. Now, I'll be real, like, the only thing I see with this chick that she could improve is maybe, like, you know, work out, get her health and fitness game going, you know, maybe lose a bit of weight. But, you know, bruh, she's a 5, innit? She's average looking, bro. Like, I think they're a looks match. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he smashed it. He's got his girl, you know, and she's there. She was there when he was nothing, bro. Like, that's what matters, bro. Like, because unlike Tyreek Hill, in comparison, who became Tyreek Hill already, became NFL star, became millionaire, and then he met this woman. Like, fam, now look at him. Now you're in this situation with this woman who does not care about you, don't like you. You had a kid with her. And now she's crawling back because she knows that the grass is not greener. Now she's crawling back. Bro, silly, bro. Very, very silly. Guys, I hope you lot understand this message. I hope this is really sunk into you lot's brains. I know that these messages are going to save somebody from making a catastrophic mistake. Yeah, going to marry in some 304. Going to impregnate some 304. And then after you're going to be crying when she does you dirty, bro. It's real talk, bro. Like, do not play around. And listen, guys need to support guys. Men need to support other guys, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's real, and I feel like I'm helping guys. I'm helping myself, obviously, but I'm helping guys out there by highlighting these kind of stories, because guys are very susceptible to getting messed up and finessed. Yeah, it's mad. And in terms of the Tyreek situation, yeah, like, she's come crawling back, but really and truly, he's still gonna lose money regardless. He's still losing out because you married the wrong woman. You impregnated the wrong woman. So even if you don't take her back, you're still going to have to end up giving her money. Like, so why not just avoid that whole situation completely, guys? Real talk. But anyway, I hope that this was a very clear message. And yeah, this was a good live stream. So yeah, I'll be back again with another live stream. As always, I do daily live streams now. So yeah, make sure you're checking out the videos that I post earlier on in the day as well. Follow me on Instagram right there, King Riches official on Instagram, King Riches 2 on TikTok. And big up to all of you. Make sure you all like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it below. And if you do come across any crazy stories like this one here, send them to my Instagram, please. Yeah, you come across these kind of stories, send them to my Instagram. I will look at them, and then if they're good, I will do a reaction video. Simple as that. Yeah. But anyway, do not be delusional. Do not be silly. Know yourself. All right. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.